Hello and welcome to the Pam Show. My name is Pam Polans. I'm a parenting mentor focusing on common sense behavior management for children age 2 to 12, neurotypical children. However, what I'm teaching you can also apply to your neurodivergent child in some cases. So let me just tell you as we get started. I just turned my 16-year-old and 13-year-old granddaughters loose upstairs in my kitchen to bake a double batch of chocolate chip cookies. Now I'm excited. I'm sure they're going to be delicious. And one of them is kind of teaching the other how to do it. But here's the thing. Are they going to make a mess? Maybe. My instructions were have fun, clean up behind yourselves, you know what to do. And I walked away. Now, today we're talking about teaching your children and allowing your children to do things that you may normally do for them, or that you may think, well, they're too young to do that. They're really not capable. So we're going to talk about that because I shot a reel last week about, if your children are in first and second grade, school's getting ready to start here maybe in another month. And at that age, they should be able to get up in the morning, get themselves dressed, brush their teeth, get their backpacks packed, have their lunches packed, and remember what they need for the day at school. And so I had a lot of followers say, yes, you're right. That's great. I do that with my children. Some of them have their children pack the lunch the night before, make sure the backpack's ready to go. All they have to do is toss in their lunchbox. So a lot of people said, oh, yes, that's great. I'm doing that. Or, oh, okay, great. I'll do that because we all know mornings can be crazy, especially if you have more than one child and maybe you work outside of the home. And now you've got, say, three kids to all get off to school. Make sure you have your stuff ready. Everybody gets out on time to catch the bus, or you have to drop them off. And it can get a little bit chaotic in the morning. I'm like, honestly, I remember those days. And my kids ate lunch at school. I mean, didn't eat lunch at school. There was no cafeteria in elementary school. So lunches had to be packed every single day of the school year. Okay. And then I had people say, well, I do that for my children. That's how I show them love. I pack their lunches, I pack their backpacks, I make sure they have everything they need, I make them a wonderful breakfast. That's awesome. I mean, you be you. Okay. Now, I'm not saying you don't pack your kids, or you don't make your kids breakfast in the morning. I always did that with my children. I made them bacon, eggs, ham, French toast, waffles, pancakes, whatever. I wanted them to have a good, hearty meal to start their day. But they were capable of making sure that everything needed in a backpack, packing their lunch, like I said, even the night before some, and the next morning, just putting it in the lunchbox and in the backpack. Now, yes, you can remind your children. Say, hey, did you pack your lunch? Hey, did you grab your backpack? Hey, did you remember your permission slip? But here's something better. Get processes in place, checklists, charts, reminders that your children learn how to do these things for themselves in the morning. Now, I have 8 grandchildren. The youngest is almost 4. He can get up in the morning, get himself dressed. It's not difficult. Mom says, go get your clothes on. Now, of course, in her closet, in their closet, she has them categorized by season. So only the appropriate season's clothing is available for him to reach at that point. So whatever he gets, he gets. Now, I know some of you are going, but what if it doesn't match? I mean, who cares? Who cares? As long as they have clothes on, shoes and socks, have what they need, jacket if they need it, or a hoodie or a sweater. As long as they have that, who cares if it matches? I mean, I personally didn't. And my one daughter, she used to wear like flowered shirts and plaid pants, and I would at first cringe. And then I had a friend said to me, what difference does it make? It doesn't bother her, it's just bothering you. And she's right. I was thinking, what are people going to think of me if my daughter's going to school? And then I was like, who cares what people think of me if my daughter's going to school? She has clothes on. You have to pick your battles, right? She reminded me of that, my friend. So pick your battles. If she's happy, let it go. All right. So lots of things you can do here. Let's start. Number one, you start the night before. You tell your child, pick out what they need for school the next day, their clothes. Now, when you're just teaching them this process, you're going to have to be there with them, guiding them. And they pick out their clothes, they set them on the end of the bed, or they set them somewhere in the room that are easily accessible. Don't they know they have to brush their teeth and wash their face or whatever it is they do after breakfast? Okay, so you have the clothes laid out. They know where the stuff is in the bathroom. There's part of your battle right there. Then the backpack the night before should be packed, with the exception of anything that has to go in last minute, like the lunch. So the lunch can be made the night before, put in the refrigerator, either in or out of the lunchbox, and the next day, put it in the lunchbox if necessary. They load that in their backpack. So you've eliminated a lot of the morning confusion because you've done some of it the night before as they're getting ready for bed. That's part of your bedtime process with them. And then in the morning, all they need to do is grab that stuff and put it in their backpacks. You could be making them breakfast, or if you're not, going to make a meal, have quick things they can grab for breakfast. Now, the way to make this even easier is you have charts, you have checklists. So every day they get up and they go, I brush my teeth, check, wash my face, check, got dressed, check, lunchbox, backpack, shoot, whatever it is they need. And there's so many ways you can do this. I sell a kit a package that has all sorts of charts and checklists in it. You can find it on my website, PamelaPalanza.com. You can Google it yourself. You can create your own. You can buy them online. You can do all sorts of ways. None of this is rocket science. None of it. I promise you. Total common sense. You can even just take a piece of paper and make your own very simply. But get your children in that routine. Routines, processes, procedures. Okay? I had a couple children in the military and a son-in-law, and I hear this all the time. Processes, routines, procedures, strategies, right? That's how you operate in the military. That's how you operate your family. So just get these routines in place, these checklists in place, these charts in place. Those are visual reminders. Now you put them on the refrigerator, right there on the refrigerator. So when they come down in the morning, they can see it. Or you have it up on the back of their bedroom door, the one that they need for getting dressed. So maybe that one's upstairs and then the other one's downstairs. They're eye level. It can be on the refrigerator door, on a wall, somewhere in your dining room, your kitchen, that they can easily access it. And of course, as they're doing these things, you're praising them for it. Like, hey, love it, backpack's packed, ready to go. Way to go, buddy. Now, you don't have to continue to do it the whole time. That gets annoying. But make sure you're acknowledging, oh, I see you got your lunchbox. Good job. Way to go. Make sure you have it in the backpack tight. Do you see how easy this is? And I hear people go, no, my kid's too young. They can't do that. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. They may need coaching at first. They may need guidance at first, but your children are way more capable than you think they are. And I get it as a mom where you say, like, that's how I show my love. And that's wonderful. But your children know you love them. You're teaching them how to be responsible for themselves. You're teaching them how to be independent. You're teaching them that they are capable. And these are just small ways that you can start to teach your children those things. Again, none of this is hard. It's not rocket science. It's just common sense. And I'll see you on next week's episode. And remember, hug and love your babies.